most people know today, your DNA is not your destiny. There's something above that that was discovered by David Sinclair and a couple other researchers. One was a Nobel Prize winner. And that is, there are these things called Sirtuins. You don't have to remember the word, but just think of them as 7 master genes. Your Sirtuins do 2 things that are sometimes in competition as you get older. First, they turn on and off genes. They also affect inflammation, that you know as an athlete is the basis of all kinds of challenges. And they affect your mitochondria, which is the energy source in every cell in your body. Well, they also have a competing component, because they can only do so much, which is cleaning up your DNA. These Sirtuins have a fuel that you've probably heard of called NAD. And NAD, right, I'm sure you probably had an NAD infusion or something of that nature.
Every morning, yeah.
So NAD is wonderful, but NAD is a size molecule that, as you probably know, needs a precursor called NMN to actually get into the body. And NAD and NMN drop off the cliff in your late 40s to 50s by at least 50%. So right when you need it most for cleaning up your DNA because of accumulation and for energy, and that's why people age. So what David Sinclair and his group did is they started with mice and they started seeing what they could do to affect those Sirtuins by NAD, but by going to the precursor, NMN. So you can take a mouse and you give them NMN, let's take an old mouse. An old mouse, like a 70-year-old person, would be like a 20-month-old, 24-month-old mouse. You put them on, a ramp and say, run, or give them direction, run. The most they can go is usually 1/4 of a kilometer. Whereas a young, powerful mouse can run 4 times that, a full kilometer. When they give NMN directly, the precursor to NAD that affects the Sirtuins, that affects everything I just told you about, right? This cascading effect. They run within 14 days, 2 to 3 kilometers, 200 to 300% more than the youngest and strongest ones amongst them.